Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the CasualProGamer. And today we're doing a Mordekaiser game. I haven't done a lot of those, I think I only have a few on my channel. And by a few I literally mean one or two. Yeah, Mordekaiser used to be the most awesome champion in the world. And nowadays he's still okay-ish. He hasn't played a whole lot anymore, but he is still pretty viable. And I'm not sure where we will see this Mordekaiser. But seeing from where he runs at the moment, I would say mid. He is playing with, I think, a full team. That's what I read. And yeah, I read a couple of emails, so I might be wrong here. But I think he's online with everyone, so on Skype, and yeah, he's going mid, it seems. Because Nidalee is going top, Lee Sin jungle, and then Soraka and Graves going bottom. And Lee Sin starting off at his rates, which is surprising to me, to say the least. Because normally you see everyone starting at wolves, into blue, into the rest of the field. But yeah, it's okay. You can start wherever you feel most comfortable. So they are up against a team with Vayne, Sona bottom, probably Jarvan jungle, yeah, Tryndamere top, and Swain mid. That's what I'm guessing here. But yeah, it could be Swain top as well, because Swain is good anywhere, even in the jungle. It is indeed Swain that is coming to the mid lane. Give me a sec. Yeah, there we go. And let me turn on the sound, because apparently I turned off the sound. I did not turn off the sound. I just had it turned really low on my headset. Never mind. You guys probably didn't hear any difference, or well, you shouldn't hear any difference, because the sound that I hear shouldn't be, or well, the volume of the sound shouldn't affect the volume you actually hear. So we saw Lee Sin standing here for a bit, but couldn't really come in because the lane is pushed a little bit. And wow, this is a really early attack from Swain, and he is going to survive that, but only barely. Yeah, Lee Sin a little bit late on the reaction here. He could have easily killed this Swain if he was here like 10 seconds earlier. Maybe 15. At least if he was here during the attack, or ran in during the attack, but instead he decided to finish his rage first and lost the kill because of that. Obviously, that is a shame. And yeah, well, Mordekaiser healed up. He's now going to try once again. 4 health pots remaining. And yeah, they kind of nerfed the shield generation. It is 35% of all damage dealt, and I think it used to be 70%. I think they nerfed it by 50% or something like that. Don't know exactly, but the people that play Mordekaiser will be able to tell us. So if you want to know, then either read it in the comments, or ask it in the comments, or look it up on Wikipedia, the wiki, I guess. It's not Wikipedia, but the wiki has all the answers for you normally. Anyway, top lane, Nidalee against Tryndamere. Should be interesting at least, because Nidalee has the ranged attack, but Tryndamere has more damage normally. So it should be interesting. I think early game that should be Nidalee, late game that will be Tryndamere. And bottom lane, it should be Sona Vayne that actually win that, but that depends on how well they play, how aggressive they are. If they're not aggressive enough, then the Soraka Graves combination will just heal up the damage and will just farm. And yeah, late game Vayne is still the better choice, but yeah, that's not necessarily going to win them the lane. It's going to win late game team fights if the Vayne can farm. Anyhow, Swain doing a good job of doing damage here, but Swain is still pretty low on health, and I haven't seen him use the shield a whole lot. So it's now 1, 1 and 3. Siphon of Destruction being the best one, or it used to be the best skill. Not sure anymore. It used to be that the Siphon of Destruction was definitely the best. I know that when the redesign from Mordekaiser was completed, Hotshot played a game with him, and he took the Creeping Death as his main skill. So he leveled that up first. But it used to be that the Siphon of Destruction was the best skill, because it has the shortest cooldown, which it still has. Oh, and we see a gang coming in. And wow, getting the first blood here, and might actually survive this. Yes, he does. The shield saving him there. Nicely done. Could say send in his clone, obviously, or his shadow, whatever it's called. But it used to be that Siphon of Destruction actually had an extra ability that put extra points on your shield if you hit multiple enemies, or for each enemy you hit, you got a certain amount of extra shield, and that used to be why it was so powerful. So they removed that. They also removed the amount of shield generation, and all in all, yeah, now he is I think a little more balanced. He is still a decent champion to play, but I'm just not sure what the best skill is anymore. Anyhow, minion wise, it is now 38 to 34, with the highest minion score being 60 here. So basically, he could have had 60 minions, no problem, if he's farmed as well as the Vayne in bottom lane. But instead he has 43 now. So, lost at least 20 minions by, by getting ganked and such. But also by just missing last hits. And that's why it's important to learn last hitting. I mean, I'm not a good last hitter, don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm pretty horrible. But I do try to work on that, and especially if I play something other than support. And yes, I do play things other than support. But it is something you really need to learn, because 20 minions is about 500 golds. So, just to give you an idea. So, if you're behind by 20 minions at this point in the game, so at 8 minutes in, that was, you're already 500 gold behind. That's 2 kills. And if that's on every champion on your team, then yeah, you're pretty much lost already. I don't know why Swain just didn't go in for the kill. I mean, apparently he thought he could get out of this, but yeah, that's not going to work. There we go, easy kill for the mid lane. I think he would have been killed anyway, even if he ran back, because, well, this Lee Sin could have killed him anyway. At least I'm assuming that, but I'm not actually sure. But he could have definitely killed Mordekaiser, and maybe, well, probably would have gotten killed for that as well. Well, he would have. It's not really a question. But yeah, Mordekaiser already with his Hextech revolver, giving him extra spell vamp, and the spell vamp is huge because, well, all the spells do AoE damage. And this one can, I think, do single target damage. Yeah. But then it does extra damage. So basically all of your skills do a good amount of damage, and you gain a good amount of life from that by having spell vamp. Anyhow, he has blue buff now, which I'm assuming comes from killing Swain, because I didn't see him pick that up. Oh, in fact, the blue buff is still up, so it is definitely from Swain. And yeah, Swain draining a lot of life from that. As long as he has his ultimate up, there is nothing you can do. Well, not so much up, I mean on, turned on. And yeah, by this time you can hurt him because there are no minions near, and there we go. Doesn't even need to use his ultimate there. But yeah, with 93 ability power already, it is going to be a lot easier to get the hits in. And yeah, I think by now he's going to snowball this into a great late game. Because if you're 3-0, you can pretty much not only dominate your lane, you can also probably get away from ganks and such, as long as you keep high enough life. That is the question. On the other hand, yeah, his AP does make for better shield, and better shield makes for more survivability. So he does need to be careful, because Swain can still do a pretty good amount of damage, especially when he snares you. And the snare is reasonably easy to hit, or it's pretty hard to dodge because it has such a big surface area. And yeah, with especially with the Jarvan in the jungle, who has 2 disables. Well, the I guess he has 1 disable, and then he has his ultimate, which technically isn't a disable, but still keeps you in place, and yeah, make sure you cannot get out. Of course, he does still have a flash up, so yeah, you can escape from one situation, I guess. Jarvan's still here, or here again, I guess, because this is the lane that is winning the hardest. It is 3-1. All 3 kills are for the Mordekaiser. And even though he almost got killed at that first instance where Swain attacked, he did come back pretty nicely. So a trade going off in the bottom lane, and now it's Soraka versus Sona, which is interesting to say the least. So now Soraka apparently going for Starcall. But yeah, well, whatever. We don't see a whole lot of Starcall on Sona, Soraka normally. On Sona we don't see any Starcall. But yeah, the Starcall kind of it was popular for about a week, and then everybody realized, well, she still pretty much sucks even with the new mana or AP ratios. And there we go, getting the turrets. And his teammate coming in, I don't know why, but yeah, okay. So, as you can see, Swain is in some big trouble, and by now Mordekaiser is trying not to push the lane, but he still does with his AoE spells. Oh, getting the kill on Swain once again here. And is he going to get the kill on Jarvan? No, Jarvan flashing over the wall. Could of course have followed. I think that would have been smart. Because that was... well, no, never mind. The Jarvan has the other ability to jump over the wall. The flag toss with his Q. That pretty much keeps him safe from dying. Or it should. But yeah, he could have probably not gotten... or he would have not gotten him, but yeah, well, whatever. It's 4-0 now, with the team being 5-2. And we have a little bit of a fight going on here. But yeah, everyone is still high enough life. And Vayne is not going to die. Oh, that was a wasted ultimate on Lee Sin. But whatever. Mordekaiser coming back in lane. Does have his blue buff still. And blue buff on Mordekaiser, even though he doesn't have any mana, is still pretty good because of the reduced cooldowns. And Sona is here in the jungle all on her own. But yeah, Lee Sin is now in a 1v3 situation. And yeah, they're going to easily kill this Jarvan. And they're going for dragon. I think that's the first dragon, but I might be wrong. And Swain, come on guys, go for Swain. No, nobody going for him. They could have picked him off for like the 5th time. Not sure. Swain, come on, 0-4. Yeah, that would have been the 5th time. So it's not really worth the gold anymore, but it is worth the well, the map dominance, I guess, because if Swain is no longer alive, then there's a good chance of you pushing some turret and the enemy team not being able to stop you. Mordekaiser coming in and going to do some damage, but come on, flash. They don't need to. They have Nidalee. Oh, come on, Nidalee. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I might have given the creeping death to Nidalee. Don't know what the length on this is, by the way. It's 6 seconds, but it would have prevented some of the damage because it blocks physical damage, I think. So, increasing their armor and magic resist, so both of them. But yeah, that would reduce the tower damage as well as the damage from Tryndamere. Yeah, a little bit of a scuffle going on down here. 3 champions in the bushes. It seems that the enemies have no idea that the lanes are warded, or the river at least is warded. And yeah, they're going to pick off Sona. There we go. Sona, of course, pretty weak in the HP department because she cannot really buy items normally. And wow. The whole team just able to walk out of that. Even though Jarvan is still there, and Jarvan can do a knock up, and then they can get a snare and God knows what else. They have a slow. They have the stun on this guy, the Vayne. But apparently the enemy team not really aware of everything they can do. And that was a great javelin. Well, we see them skateboarding a little bit. And yeah, they take out the turret because the enemy cannot really stop them at this point. Because they get harassed a little bit too much for trying to stop them. Anyway, Mordekaiser is up top fighting with Tryndamere. And Tryndamere by now will be doing some hefty damage. Don't know what he has. BF sword and a zeal. As well as some lifesteal and armor from the Wriggle's lantern. But the armor really doesn't help too much. Oh, getting oh no, that wasn't good. He should have saved his flash with his ally coming in because... Oh wow, nice. Nicely done. But yeah, he should have saved his flash with his ally coming in, because if he gets focused too much, he could have jumped over this wall and his ally would have finished off the enemy. Or of course you can use it to chase, but yeah, that's normally not the use of flash. It can be used for that, but in general that's not the way you use it. Oh wow, this Swain man. Oh, it's not Swain, never mind. The Jarvan really melting, but I didn't finish him off. And Nidalee is going to get out, no problem. Oh. Doing some nice damage here. Even though it is an AD Nidalee. Still doing some excellent damage. So mid lane is now occupied by two of the opponents, and they are going to push the lane here, it seems. Although Tryndamere now is no longer in the lane, and it's going to be jungle on jungle. But there are a lot more minions for the red team, or for the blue team, I mean. So it is kind of risky to stay here because the minions do let you take or do a lot of damage. Anyhow, we see in the bottom lane there is no health bar here, but Sona is probably going to die. No, Sona is okay. Swain coming in then, and it's going to catch Soraka. And Soraka is going to be fine apparently. That looked weird. Anyway, we saw Mordekaiser in the mid lane doing a little bit of whatever. That was a neat trick. Threw his shield on this guy, and by doing that actually got the last hit on blue. They do get dragon, albeit only just, but they are going to get some kills because of their because of the enemy just, well, kind of jumping in there, trying to steal dragon. They apparently had no vision, otherwise they would have known they wouldn't get that. And yeah, here's where Vayne comes in. Vayne can do so much damage late game. It is incredible. Yeah, and they did lose that fight, I think. Yeah, 2 versus 3, but I did get a dragon. So it is worth it in the end. And yeah, they do lose a turret here, but yeah, well, that's just the way it is. So, as a result of that fight, the enemy was actually able to push that turret, making them the actual winners of that fight. But in general, taking a fight for Dragon 2 versus 3, or rather losing it 2 versus 3, is not too bad. Of course, losing the turrets does give the enemy a lot of gold. And giving the enemy a lot of gold is exactly what you don't want to do. So, as you can see, no wards on the map anywhere, except for here and here. But where you want to see at this moment are, well, people coming in from the sides of the mid lane. So this one is actually a good ward. Apparently Soraka now placed all of her wards. And yeah, this one is really useful because you can see people coming in from the sides onto the mid lane, and people generally push the mid lane the most because it is the shortest resupply route. And yeah, you don't have to walk all the way across the map. You can just walk straight for the enemy base. And yeah, it does provide with some excellent opportunities for Dragon and Baron at the same time. While if you go top, then you cannot defend Dragon, and if you go bottom, you cannot defend the Baron. So there is a ward here now. I don't think anyone has gotten oracles yet. Nope. So red buff, who's going to get it? Apparently Lee Sin is going to get it. And another ward going down from the Wriggles Lantern. So the enemy must have some wards out because of the Tryndamere, who has Wriggles Lantern as well. But I don't know if they have a whole lot of them out, because they seem to get caught quite a lot. Anyway, Sona now has oracles, which means that they have to kill her or they're going to lose all of their wards. At least when they are useful, because they are only useful when someone actually runs into the range. Oh, the whole enemy team's here. Yeah, the Clairvoyance was down a little bit too late, and if they get this oracles, then it's worth it. But even that is no problem. So they even get more than just the 1 kill. They get 3 and probably 5 here. There we go. Last guy. Hey Jarvan, how you doing, dude? Wow, nicely done. That was 3 kills, I think, extra. I don't know. Anyway, they're going for Baron now, obviously. And with all champions down for the next, well, now 2 of them are up, but for the next 20 seconds, they will not be here, and thus they have all the time in the world to finish this Baron. 11,501 hit points. That is quite a lot, actually. And it does increase over time, so next time the Baron will be up, it will have a lot more hit points even. But yeah, that's what makes it interesting, the fact that it takes a while to kill it. So, Soraka going on to ward the map. That's a really important thing to do. And yeah, it does keep your team safe. And I really appreciate it when people do that. But they need to make something work with their Baron buff. Baron isn't there just for the money. And they need to get Dragon as well, by the way. But Baron is there for the buff. The money really doesn't matter too much. Oh, enemy did the Dragon. That is a shame. Yeah, that is a real shame, in fact, because they had complete control over this, over the map. They had wards out, and still they forgot to check Dragon. Yep, there we go. But yeah, that's 190 gold for each of the enemies. And that is a big deal, if they could have gotten that. That's almost 1,000 gold. Anyhow, Mordekaiser going to push this lane. Get this turret. This whole team now here, except for Nidalee. Nidalee who is still over here doing whatever. And so it's a 4-on-4 fight. I don't know where the fifth guy is pushing up top. He is split pushing, and yeah, Nidalee should have gotten to him as soon as she could, but instead just wasted some time on the rest of the map. She's easily, obviously, going to take out these minions, and she can hold off Tryndamere pretty efficiently. Although Tryndamere does quite a lot of damage and can tower dive her no problem. She can get away with her jumps most of the time. I'm not sure who would win in a straight up fight at this moment. But I'm pretty sure that that Nidalee can get away. Well, I'm sure if they keep fighting that Tryndamere would win. But whether or not Tryndamere would be able to push her away from her turret long enough to finish it off without getting killed himself. But I don't think he can do that, because the turret doesn't provide lifesteal, and Tryndamere is usually based on lifesteal, so. So we are just walking around with the whole team here. Well, 4 again, because Nidalee is now here. Again, not with the team, which is fine. I mean, that's just a tactic. But I'm just saying. And now they are here with the whole team. Not sure what the plan is here. They're trying to find the enemy team, but they're not here. Why not just go into one lane and push it? And yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. That was a nice clairvoyance, by the way. Did see them going to the top lane, and that's why the whole enemy team is now here. And this should be an interesting team fight. Obviously, Nidalee just wants to poke and yeah, try to get them low enough to actually get killed. But if you can get one of the guys out of the team fight, that would be huge. Graves running the wrong direction. Don't know what he's planning to do there, but he's apparently going for some jungle at this point in the game. Oh, they're going to retreat, okay. So Baron and Dragon will be coming up soon. So that's maybe why they retreated, to get some extra items before the Dragon actually spawns, I don't know. Yeah, now with the Abyssal Scepter for some extra magic resist reduction, the Sorcerer's Boots for magic penetration, Death Cap obviously, and the Crystal Scepter for some extra slow. Or extra slow. Mordekaiser doesn't have a slow. So, for some slow. Oh, Nidalee having to flash out of that. Four guys, 5 guys. But yeah, way too spread out. If they catch this guy, there's nothing the rest of the team can do. And I don't know why they're searching the bushes. It doesn't matter. Just push one lane, and then the enemy has to come to you. But yeah, well, let's just fast forward a little bit, because this is getting, well, kind of tedious to watch them do all kinds of random stuff. Yeah, Baron is up. Dragon is also up. And since there's another Oracles on Sona, they lost their ward there. As I said before, you need to find 4 wards to make it worth it. Even though at this point I think it is already worth it. Because they know that the enemy doesn't have vision on Baron now. Because they know there are no wards. Guys, just run in already. Go do something. And we're fast forwarding again, because apparently they're just, well, in so much doubt of what they should be doing. Just place a new ward at Baron and be done with it. Just go push some lane. Oh, no wards out. This should be interesting. The enemy team is coming now, and they are actually going to not steal Baron. Wow. That was kind of fail on the enemy team, because they only had 4 guys there. Swain wasn't with them, and they are going to almost get aced. The only one surviving that being Sona, I think. Not actually sure, but I cannot pull up the score sheet anymore. You can rewind it a little bit, because I pulled up the score sheet just before the surrender, and you could see who got out alive. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It was a pretty good game. We saw Mordekaiser still being pretty effective if he gets fed early on. And yeah, he's still a pretty decent champion. And he is definitely fun to play. So, hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. GG.